This is a very exciting day for us. We are, for the first time, being able to bring our cohort of 17 Kona MEDEX students to campus to do face-to-face instruction with basic clinical skills. So our instructors, our faculty are here teaching our students how to use their equipment, how to do proper history, how to do a proper physical exam. And so this is a great day. First time the students have been able to be together, see each other face to face outside of a Zoom room, and meet their faculty face to face. So this is a great day. We're working outside of the building today because there are actually a couple of reasons. Number one, we know that in the current pandemic state that open air and being able to work in an area where there's free flow of air probably limits the amount of contact and exposure should there be folks that are asymptomatic carriers. The other reason, honestly, that we're working outside of the building is it's a beautiful day and our classroom is still in the process of being renovated. So we have some spaces in our new classroom, but today was an opportunity to be outside, enjoy being outside, and be socially distant in the face of the pandemic. So the goal of the Hawaii campus, MEDEX Kona, is to train residents that will stay here and practice here in the state. It is our expectation that after their first year in the classroom, they'll go out in the clinical year, do clinical rotations, and then seek employment and stay here in the state to practice.
So I'm actually born and raised in Hilo. And I moved back here a couple of months ago. I was living on Oahu for like 11 years, but originally from Hilo, and so I've been here for a few months, and I just moved over to Kona about 2 weeks ago, and my impressions are that it's beautiful, very friendly, a wonderful place to live. It's really, really exciting. We've been talking to each other for the past, I guess, over 6 months now, and we did the summer session virtually, so we've already gotten close virtually, so it's really nice to be able to see everybody in person and build an even greater sense of camaraderie.
The 17 students that we have this year in our cohort are all from the state of Hawaii or have long-standing relationships with family, friends here in the state. About 50% of our students are from Oahu. The others are from here on Big Island, as well as having family throughout the state. So all of our students have strong ties or were born here in the state.
The thing that drew me here to MEDEX is really the vision of the administrative team that's coming here. They want to provide a sustainable, a long-term workforce really for Hawaii. They want to train students to stay here, to live here, and they are very much committed to having people that are involved in the Native Hawaiian community in their leadership positions to help maintain the program. And that is something that I'm very impressed with and very much want to be a part of. It's difficult to get providers into a rural community and to stay in a rural community. Here on the Big Island, it's from any point, it's about an hour to Costco, or it's about an hour to Target, and those things are very convenient in other places. Even on Oahu, it's more convenient than here on the Big Island. So we have long distances to travel to get anywhere. So it's difficult to have a provider with a spouse or partner with young children. It's hard to keep the whole family involved and engaged in the community. So sometimes we have a lot of physician and healthcare provider turnover here in the state, but particularly on the Big Island because we are very rural. I think as a Native Hawaiian and a person who's lived here on the Big Island now for 6 years, it's very important for any provider to know their community, to participate in their community. And I've been able to do that, especially in Waimea, and I would like to share with these students how important it really is to be part of the community that you're serving and working for. And hopefully I'll be able to do that.
Since coming to the Big Island, our students have had to do a couple of things. They had to quarantine first. All had to go through testing. But the important thing that has come out of that they also were given an opportunity to participate in COVID testing through the groups here on the Big Island. And so we've had our students volunteer in that capacity, which is really added to just, their understanding of what this pandemic really means, and their first opportunities to contribute to the community. So super excited for those kind of opportunities, and I think you'll see our students out working with groups like West Hawaii Community Health and other organizations to really do outreach, work with homeless populations, and try and help with getting access to care for those that would otherwise not have access. So our students are excited about participating in that, and I anticipate that we'll have many of them out there working with the community. There are some entities that didn't really want students out there in the clinical setting because they had so many fears, a lack of PPE, etc. What we try to communicate to those organizations is, look, this is a fantastic opportunity for students to learn clinically about something they may never experience again in their lifetime, which is a pandemic that has put us all back on our heels and made us realize the real gaps and the problems with our healthcare system. And so in some ways you just have to look at this as a great opportunity, even though it's difficult for all of us to kind of navigate the pandemic. In terms of being a healthcare student in this environment, there could be no better training.